Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend.
Hey, welcome back. It's Tim Friend time. I've got Les Mis stuck in my head for no reason. I hope you like Les Mis. It is one of my favorite shows of all time. It has a song in it. Alright, I'm done. I was singing about Les Mis right there, so if you know Les Mis... shit, no, that's not even Les Mis, is it? Oh my god, that's something else. I'm sorry. Oh god, all of my musical theater YouTube people are gonna be so mad at me. I do love Les Miserables, the show, the movie. I had a great time and I cried my eyes out, but it's never gonna be as good as the play, like done by fucking actors, because movies are limited by their medium in that way. Like, it's nice to think about movies and be like, oh man, in a movie you can do whatever because you have CGI and you can make it look the best, but you're also sort of restricted in your medium because you have to make it marketable to a movie-going audience, and that means including things that you might not include in like a Broadway show or something like that. And I think that's sad. Like, a Broadway show is, obviously anything that is funded by consumers, I suppose, is going to have parts where it's like, all right, well, that's not as good because it had to be, I guess, less artistic. But it had to be made less for the sake of art, and more for the sake of people purchasing tickets, just because that's how it gets funded in some cases. I'm sure there are others that are not that way. Let's listen to my incredible encyclopedic knowledge of the theater industry. But because you have to make it marketable, you have to make certain compromises, probably, to your artistic vision. And that sucks. I get really sad when that is a thing that has to occur. Because I think, Les Miserables is an incredible stage show. And I think, Les Miserables, the movie, was a pretty, for a movie musical in this day and age, I think it did a fantastic job, except for one actor. And I think if you've seen it, you probably know who I'm talking about. And there's a song in it that automatically makes me cry, is what I'm saying. It's A Little Fall of Rain, Les Miserables. It's a song that just auto-tears immediately for me. I don't know, oh god, there's something about, tragic, can never be love that just destroys me, emotionally. There's something about it, and I don't know what it is, but god damn, maybe it just resonates. I don't know, it just resonates with me, man. And it's sort of tangentially to that, that's sort of why I get really, what the F, Kajuna, what is your AI telling you to do? Bizarre. It's really easy to make me sad, it's really easy for art to make me sad, and harder for art to make me, anything else, I guess. I don't know, I guess I don't really measure myself as being happy, I just sort of measure myself as being neutral. Which is a fun phrase to hear from someone. But I guess I don't record when something makes me happy, but I think it's because I'm just generally a happier person. I'm definitely an anxious person, but after anxious, I'm happy. I have a lot of happy times. I think. Maybe that's just because I'm right fucking in the middle of a Christmas break from school, and I'm able to play a bunch of video games and fix my computer, which is not fun. But I'm able to play a bunch of board games that I'm having a fucking blast with, and I'm having just generally a great time, so maybe I feel happier. I probably didn't feel happier during the fucking semester, but excuse me, Christ, that tasted like breakfast. But I just learned that I passed my field techniques class, so I never need to take that bullshit again. Thank God. I was really worried because it was such a nightmarish class for me that I was really worried that beyond all reason, I would fail it. Which I was pretty certain that I would pass it, but I was worried that I would fail just sort of out of karmic spite, I suppose. Not that, I have a reason to believe that I have bad karma. I try to be a good person. But, it's I worry that the universe is sort of conspiring against me. It's super paranoid of me, but it's just what I do. So I worried that just because it was such a nightmare, everything that I half-assed would come back to bite me and like sort of orbit around in this sort of hellish, grade depleting fucking halo of ruin, and then I'd be forced to take my least favorite class in the history of college again and somehow try harder and hope that I do better and graduate even later. But it didn't, and I don't, and I won't. So thank goodness. I want to have like a little moment with everyone here because it was really, really debilitating for me. Just like on a emotional level, like it was, oh god, it wrecked me. It just fucking wrecked me. I'm sorry to have to get like real with you here, but it was some of the hardest experiences in college I've ever had. And I don't mean to be like, it's such like a first world problem. Yes, I had a rough time in a class at a university and like that I don't even fucking pay for and shit like that. But it's true. Like, I mean, everyone's got their own shit, you know? Like, I'm not saying that my shit's worse than like extreme poverty, but it's a real thing, you know? It's a real thing that I have to battle with on a daily basis is this fucking anxiety. So I guess I chose physical damage. Remember Fire Emblem? I haven't talked about that in a bit. Almost done with this level. You've seen by my expert rescue chaining, we got Legault all the way here in record time. And there's two groups of enemies that can spawn, one of which has magic and one of which has physical weapons. And I spawned one with physical weapons by opening the door. Thankfully, that makes all of Kishuna's friends bail, and then makes these guys spawn with silver weapons that drop on death, which is very nice of them. It's very polite. And I think we'll have, like, Elliewood and... Oh! Ho! 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 It's happening! Ninian. Ellipsis. Oh, God. Starting strong, Ninian. Lord Elliewood, I finally caught up with you. What's wrong, Ninian? Why the long face? Please, do not worry on my account. I am not worthy... I am not even worthy to stand in your sight, Lord Elliewood. I have been deceiving you. Yes, as you were saying before. Ninian, you have been keeping some secret from us? Yes, but you can't tell me what it is. Am I right? Yes. Another ellipses. Very well. What? I don't understand the punctuation in the previous sentence where it's like, what? Ellipses, question mark. How does that sound? If I would say comment and leave, tell me how it sounds, but there would just be what, ... exclamation point. If it is too hard for you to talk about, I will not force you. Just, if you ever feel able, tell me then. But I have been false. I have lied to you and the others. Ninian, I love you. Bam! Canon! That will not change, no matter what may come. Lord Elliewood, I don't care what your secret is. I will still feel the same. If something troubles you, let me sweep it away. Please, don't cry anymore. I will do anything to see you smile again. You were the first woman I have ever felt this way about, Ninian. Lord Elliewood, I don't know what... Lord Elliewood. Phew, I think half of her lines in that were Lord Elliewood. But I think it's part of that is better in the Japanese when names have honorifics after them, depending on the context of who you are talking to. Whew, that was a fun little rhythmic sentence I made there. Alright, we've got the mercenary, the axe fighter, the archer, and the knight. Let's see how Legault does against this mercenary. Ooh, not well enough. Not quite well enough at all. Let's have him use an iron sword, because it's running low. We might as well use as many charges of it as we can. Ugh, gets beefed by that silver sword, but we'll take it from his corpse. And Legault gets a level up. Yay for Legault. Yay for Legault. It's holiday season here. God damn. I have a little love-hate relationship with the holidays because of my aforementioned incredible social anxiety. God, it's so much family, and, like, Julia, I love you, but you've got a large family, and it scares the hell out of me sometimes. But, it's like I have to go to 3 different family occasions every Christmas, and sometimes multiple Thanksgivings. And it's just a fucking nightmare for me, because I already have anxiety about being around my own family for reasons that I will not get into here. But I also have anxiety about going and seeing, like, Julia's family is so huge that it's hard for me to remember who everyone is, and I only see them on holidays, so it's really hard for me to have any conversations with them, because I'm like, I just want to talk about Fire Emblem or some shit, and they're just like, they don't know Fire Emblem. How on earth would they know that shit? They're not gamers at all. So I can't really talk to them, and it's just, bleak. It sucks. I feel like I have nothing to say to them, and I don't want to say nothing, so I just kind of hang out by Julia and just kind of say fuck all to everything else. I have to. And then most recently, I had like fucking, I think it was there was I think it was the third family get-together this holiday season, this Christmas, and I just fucking crashed. Like, oh god, it was awful, and I felt super bad, because like, I just retreated into a bedroom and ate food there and didn't talk to anyone for like 4 hours, and that's just what happened. It was just so overwhelming for me. I couldn't handle it at all. Oh god, and now I've still got yet another thing coming up in a few days, and I'm like, fuck this, man. I just want to hang out with friends and play board games and record Tim Friend, and I mean, I don't want to edit Tim Friend, but I want to upload Tim Friend. I want Tim Friend to exist. So gosh dang, don't gotta be that way, holiday season. But on the other hand, I love giving and receiving gifts. I like having new toys to play around with my friends. It's a great time. I love it. I want more of them. And it gives me the chance to spend some of that Christmas dollar on fixing my fucking computer, which is still being randomly crashing, but I think I've isolated the problem, which I thought I'd isolated it many times before, but hey, maybe this time it'll be the real time. God damn. Fucking computer, man. I hate them, and I love them, and I need them, and I don't want them. Anyway, so we did beat that chapter. We wrecked everything, and now we're gonna... With this Dumbledore over here is Archsage Athos, who is one of the people who defeated dragons 1,000 years ago. And he's the guy we'll get at the very end of the game, who is unstoppably powerful, and I don't like using, but he's there. He's got unique animations and a unique class, and so we'll use him at least once just to sort of see what he looks like. And watch as chapters and chapters later I forget to do that because I'm an asshole. No, Athos is sort of... We're just sort of consulting him on dragon slaying, I guess. I mean, if you're gonna slay a dragon and you don't know how, you might as well go to the only guy who's slain dragons that's still alive. But Athos was friends with Nurgle. Spoilers. They hung out and learned dragon shit for a while in the desert. They had a good time. Oh, God. Yep, and he's like, are you sure you want to do that? And you're going to have to go into Burn. And they're all like, we're very brave and we'll do it. Yay, traditional Fire Emblem stuff. And we're to seek out the Shrine of Seals and Burn, right? Take Hawkeye with you. Add his skills to your own. Thank you, we won't. And you, what will you do, Penton Louise? Nurgle, a magic user who rivals you, Lord Athos, and the Return of the Dragons, an intriguing story. Ellipses. Forgive the late introductions. I am Pent, Count Regale of Etruria. This is Louise, my wife. It's nice to meet you. These are two new characters that we'll get a bit later. Count Regale? You are Count Regale? Who, is he someone special? Yes, he hails from the most prominent noble house in Etruria. He's known as the Magic General. What has brought you to this place? Burn's successor will soon have his coming-of-age ceremony. Penter and Louise are to attend as representatives of Etruria. Pent claimed there was time to search the desert for a magic artifact said to have been lost in the sands here long ago. You arrived shortly after we did. Perhaps something was guiding you. Bowing to the dictates of fate, my wife and I would like to join you if we may. But we don't get them as units for another couple of missions. They're very good just because, I mean, they have an automatic A support when they start. Pent has some great stats. And Louise, well, you can give her good weapons at least. And then Dumbledore uses magic to take us home. Oh, he gives us the Aphas drops first. Yes, that's very nice. Whoops. Well, whatever. The Aphas drops increase one unit's growth rates by 5% across the board. So you're sort of choosing one person, you're like, you're gonna be great. And I don't know who I'm going to use it on. I'm thinking Nino just because she'll get the most level ups out of it, I think. I can't remember who the fuck else I'm using. Nino, someone? Maybe I've already got everyone that I need except Nino? Who else do you fucking get in this game? I'll figure it out, but I'm gonna go through this cutscene and then we'll call it for an episode. Oh gosh, Elliewood's mom is pretty. Look at her. She's got purple hair, and we don't see a lot of purple hair people in Fire Emblem. Apparently he got his red hair strictly from his dad, but I guess it would look weird if she had red hair because then they'd look like siblings. So they stay the night at Castle Hooray, and it's sort of like a nice little night for Elliewood to relax. Oh, hey, Hector, what's up? Hey, Champ, you still awake? I am. Champ, I owe you an apology. That's a strangely formatted sentence there. You remember. When we first met, I doubted your ability and said some things. I was wrong. You know all that we each are capable of doing. Whew. And you direct our hands based on that knowledge. It's because of you that we've won our battles so far. Champ, you're an imposing tactician. What? Did I say something strange? Why does everyone think I've got nothing nice to say? Anyway, I'm counting on you again, Champ. That's nice. I like that. Hector's cool. I like him. We'll save our game and see you again next time on Tim Friend. Tim Friend.